Ooh, ooh, this is cozy. Oh, let's go. That's a good little spot. I like it. Hi. It's my third time recording this because I keep failing at it. Ironic, but I do keep failing. I also, ironically, every single time I have hit record, the 3 times that I just did, Muffin runs to me. I don't know what the fuck magic sense you have as me hitting record and you going, oh, let's go, I gotta fuck with him. Anyways, I keep failing. Ironically, 3 videos ago, I made a video called Failing is a Good Thing, or Failing Can Be a Good Thing. And I still believe everything I said, because that video is all about, like, when you try something, to not have a fear that it's gonna fail, right? To allow yourself to try something, to allow yourself to commit to the thing. That's what I do believe, that you don't have to be afraid of that. Simultaneously, though, my therapist brought up in my last session that over the past few weeks, I have said the word failure multiple times. That I said I felt like a failure multiple times. And she literally went, last week you said it twice. The other week you said it this many times. I have the word written so many times here. And that really brought up the reality, which is I do consider myself a failure a lot. On one side, there's the whole upbringing I had, not knowing about my ADHD, having a toxic stepdad. And what that did is, like, you know, really build into me some shit thoughts instead. Like, I'm lazy. It's not a lack of executive functioning. I'm just lazy. It's not inattention. I just don't care about anything enough. It really built a lot of instant negative thoughts that I have towards myself. And on the other side, it's not just my childhood. There's also, right now, it feels like every aspect of my life was better 2 years ago. Yeah, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Feels like I was doing better. I was doing better with videos. That's debatable. Like, my videos were performing better. I was doing, I would say, probably just the same. I don't know. Because I feel good about what I'm doing right now, but it's not having the same output or the same result. I felt better about my audios. My audios were better. I was doing good. I mean, I haven't been able to make an audio in 2 months now. January and February, I haven't been able to. It's not that I don't want to. I haven't been able to. And even the audios for the past couple months that I did make, I struggled making. And that's just because I have a lot of feelings around there and I'm having a lot of emotional difficulty with making audios, which is such a intimate thing that it's really hard to just push shit aside to do, you know? I feel like a failure with the dogs a lot. Sometimes I feel like I'm really bad in how I react to them. For a moment there, I was actually reminding myself of my stepdad, which was really bad, and I brought up in therapy, and then I have fixed ever since. Great. But I was feeling like that, like the reactions I was getting from them, the snapping kind of, the really immediate anger that I was getting was scaring me because it made me feel like I was just like him. And I did everything to get away from the life I had, to get away from my history, literally moving across the country. For one, there's a part of me that's experienced a lot of fucking hell growing up. And then there's a part of me that functioned. There's a part of me that just was good enough, that just made it out in the world regardless. And it feels like the more I committed to the part of me that was just functioning in the world, the better I was, you know, shoving away the other section of me that was just dealing with all this pain. And so being reminded that I was similar to my stepdad, having that realization really started to make me feel like I didn't get away from that life, that life was always going to be a part of me type thing. It's not the truth. That's not how it is, but that's what I was feeling in the moment. I mean, 2 years ago, I was doing better in terms of happiness. That's debatable. But I think that's the one part that I'm always good, is my feelings are genuine no matter what is happening. So I don't feel bad. I don't feel like I'm failing on my feelings right now. I know my feelings are genuine. I know I'm happy. I've been doing things that have made me actively happy. I committed to yoga for like 2 weeks now. And I've done yoga a lot over the years. But the past 2 weeks, I don't know why. I really clicked something inside. Just go fight with your sister. Go fight Mocha. Yeah, just go fight her. Muffin is the, like, embodiment of, I'm bored. Like, you know, like someone that just screams, I'm bored. I'm bored. Like, we'll sit down for 2 minutes and then we'll get right back up. Be like, nah, that didn't work. I'm going to try bugging you instead. That also didn't work. I'm going to try going there instead and biting your shit. Yeah, that's not working. There's a lot of aspects in my life that I feel like I'm actively failing, and that's literally what she called me out on. This video isn't just me going like, I feel like this, I feel like that, I feel like this. On one end, I'm trying to show you all the places that I do feel like I fail. Just because if maybe you feel like you're failing, I want you to know you're not alone. / sometimes others can think someone else is doing good, and in reality, there's so much going on. I felt like that for the past year. As much as I'm vulnerable on the internet, I've felt like there's been a frustration within me because on one end, I feel like I'm lying I'm not lying. I'm pretty fucking good at showing. I'm not that afraid to share everything, just like I know there's things I haven't shared. And that's just because those things take time to share and I don't feel rushed by anyone. Don't go thinking I'm saying that. Actually, it's the opposite. I would rush it. And I'm actively taking my time for the fact that it's not just my decision. But yeah, fuck, man. I feel like a failure even right now. I feel like a failure at this. One, I felt like a failure about not starting to record. I feel like a failure about the format. Like somehow what I feel with the videos is I used to be good. I used to like somehow feel like I knew what to post and it would get out there. But yeah, I've been looking at my life and thinking it feels like my better days are behind me. I felt like I was more connected to everything, to others, to friends. I felt like I was doing better financially. I'm broke as shit. It's risky to share about money on social media because sometimes it can make people feel pressured, like they should be doing something and you shouldn't. The only reason I'm struggling with my money on one end is because, well, I haven't made a fucking audio. I'm unable to make audios, so that's that. And on the other end, it's my own fault that I did lose monetization on a platform from my own actions. That I'm not doing something else. That, oh boy, that the spiral I just had in my head about what people tend to think about creators, like, oh, what do you think you can do this full time? Like, come on, just get a real job. Whatever. I feel like a failure when it comes to the videos. I feel like a failure about how I start recording these. Like literally I beat myself up until I do start. I'm like, oh, you're not gonna start? Oh, what are you doing? Not starting. Or the message is gonna be shit. That's gonna be boring. And I think it's not even about just monetization or not. It feels like when I used to make videos back then, they used to get pushed. YouTube, TikTok, you name it. They used to get a little further out there. And now it feels like no matter what I do, it's not happening. And you could say like, well, your motivation should be that you like doing it. And my answer is that's exactly the reason I've still been doing it. The views haven't been the fucking motivation. By now, if I was still only doing it for the views and not from the fucking passion of making it, I would be insane. I would be the definition of insane because I've made a ton of shit. So, you know, after a while, if you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome, then that's insanity. So the answer is yes. The passion that I have for doing this is literally the only reason I'm still doing it. Is the reason I haven't stopped, that I can't stop myself from doing it. And sometimes that passion even goes against me. Like right now, I'm actively struggling with doing this. This is the third time I'm trying this. For whatever other reason, I was hating me through the first 2 recordings. And yet I have such a strong passion for wanting to do it that I will actively fight myself in the process and be like, shut up, stop thinking that, who cares? Just do it, just do the thing, cut the shit. I feel like a failure with the audios. I haven't been able to make audios. But in reality, I have a lot of really difficult feelings there. A lot has happened over the past year that's made me have issues with anything that's like intimacy and emotions. And I'm in a good place within myself with that. But I think performing is different. I think also seeing it as a demand that I have to do this for someone. No one is asking. No one is like, you have to do this. Other than like, you know, to make money, I have to do this. But like knowing that if I'm doing it, I'm not doing it for me. That's what it feels like because I know my conflict within myself and what I need to do for me is not make audios. Like that's pretty clear. It's clear to me. It's just sadly not as simple as that. I feel like a failure there. On one end, I'm really good at allowing myself the space, allowing myself to not have that pressure. I'm really good at that. And then I feel like a failure because I'm like, yeah, I allowed that and now I haven't done shit and cool, look where I'm at. Oh, so much for being good at that, at allowing the space. Look at the space you gave, cool. What the fuck happened out of that other than your own feelings? In reality, that's the most important one, first of all, my feelings. So I'm aware. But, and just like everything here, just like everything that's kind of implied with everything, the point is changing the narrative. I have this feeling, yes. Am I actually a failure? No. I have such a hard time believing it. The point is to change how I see being a failure. Is to change how I see what I actually achieve, what I am actually doing, all the things that I'm currently succeeding at doing. Or doing well enough. I'm not failing. I'm making good videos. I'm happy with what I make. Is it getting out there? No. But I'm happy with what I make. Same with the dogs. I feel like a failure all the time, but really I've had some of my best times with them within the past 2 weeks. Somehow I feel like something happened and I now feel closer to them. The irony is I'm losing my shit more and more with this when they are involved, but we've had these one-on-one moments that have really made me feel good and feel like that bond is growing, which has helped. So I'm not failing with them. In other words, if you could ask a dog how they're feeling, neither of them would point out that they're unhappy. They wouldn't say that. I don't think they'd be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm missing? Well, yeah, but it would probably just be food. It'd be like, I'm missing food 24/7. That's what I want. That would be Muffin's answer. Mocha's answer would be being outside with everyone, socializing with every human and every dog. That would be their answer. But other than that, I don't think there would actually be a, like, oh, I don't get enough of love. They probably get too much of it. Anyways, there, I'm not failing. My brain is screaming to give up on this video. The main point my therapist brought up was, do I actually feel like I'm failing? Do I actually feel like a failure? Well, on one end, I could be like, well, I'm not getting this. This isn't happening. I'm not succeeding here. I'm not thriving here. I'm not making money. On the other end, I feel good about what I'm doing. So no, I'm not failing. I am not a failure. It's different. And that's when she brought up, is there a way that I could change the narrative around failure? My perspective of failure or success. Is there a way that I could change that? Adjust that? And there is. It's possible. There's... Wow. Just know if I posted this is like a sign that I didn't give in on the battle, because the battle is battling. My brain is screaming that I am failing right now. Like something as simple as this, making a video. It's not simple, I think. See, I'm already doing the rationalizing, but on one end, there's my brain going like something as simple as this, and I'm struggling. I'm not making this captivating. I'm not making this any good to you. And on the other end, I'm like, well, for one thing, if anyone was trying to record this, they would struggle much more on a different reason, you know, for all other fucking reasons, whatever. But it's not a comparison thing regardless, side point. But my brain does that. It just tells me I suck. Maybe from a built-in belief that I'm bound to suck, that I always did, that that's all I'll ever get, that's all I'll ever perform as or be, I don't know. It's not really how it is. Great, can we, now Mocha's coming in to bully Muffin. She's gonna stomp her stomach like crazy, and then boom, there you go, the fight starts. What? What? And now you're biting me. Why? Is it that maybe you're getting how I'm feeling? Did you feel that from the balcony? Did you from the balcony feel, oh my God, Daddy getting sad? Daddy getting sad. Must go and shove myself on him. She's gonna be my service animal one day. On one end, she's not cuddly for shit, but on the other end, she definitely picks up on everything. She's been through it with me for the past year, actually. Literally the whole time I've had her. I got her when I was like, hey, I need a reason to stay alive. So she's seen me through it all. And even when I felt the most disconnected from her, because she just was a puppy that didn't really know anything, I now see how much she really picked up on it. So I didn't fail there. And the slightest amount of cuddling that she starts doing confirms to me that love was building this whole time. I'm sorry, I've Jesus, fuck. I'm gonna lower this camera so you at least see some of the battle. I don't know. Hopefully I'm still in the shot, but this is happening right here. All the, oh, fuck me. So the main point is I say a lot and I think a lot that I fail, that I am a failure, that I'm actively failing. But on the other end, I can also point out the ways I'm not. And that's good. That's what's going to change the narrative in my head. I think there's a difference between saying failing is good and considering yourself a failure, because they're not the same. It's not failing like that. Considering yourself a failure isn't like the failing that's good. That's we're falling on the line of judgment instead. And all I can say to you is, if you feel like you're a failure, can you look at the broader picture? Or can you look at not just the broader picture, actually the opposite too. Can you look at the more narrow picture, the smaller picture, and point out ways that you're not? That's the only thing that makes me not absolutely hate myself, you know? Like the fact that I know I'm okay, that I have points, like the dog's loving on me, like how I can actually feel at peace and not hate myself every day. I hate myself if it's a day where I would have been recording. Or if it's a day where I'm doing this and I'm hesitating on doing it or sucking at it, yeah, sure. But the rest of the time, I feel good. I'm listening to my heart, doing what I feel it needs. The answer is, am I a failure? No. No. I have to work on believing that. I have to work on really shifting that narrative in my head, which is more than just, hey, it took me 2 weeks, you know? That's my whole life. That's, if I have to take into account that I probably spent the last 20 years thinking I was a failure from everything I was being told. I'm not saying it'll take 20, but it's definitely going to take a bit more than just a week or two, you know, to actually completely change that. I don't know if this was any good to you. I hope it was. Or if anything, I don't know, it's a fucking live document. Well, not live, but if anything, it's a real documentation of emotions. So at least that. I want to say thank you. If you watched this all the way to here, despite what this video was all about, I think that deserves a thank you. I hope you like this. Like you know, not like me, like seeing me in misery, but like, I hope you got something out of this. I don't need any pity whatsoever, because that's not what this is. No one else can make me think like I'm not a failure regardless. No matter how much someone could try to hype me up, the whole thing is from within. If I was to ask anyone else in my life, they wouldn't say I'm failing. So no matter how much someone might want to say that, the only person that can make me not believe it is me. And I'm working on it, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna do more videos like this. I'm gonna do more of this, kind of changing the format a bit to vlog-like. It was a bit too how-to, and that was putting me against real therapists, real psychiatrists on the platform, and I'm not a professional by any means, so I wasn't the right person to make a how-to deal with this, how to deal with that, how to blah, blah, blah. What I am is just me, a human, a real human. What I am is just me, my authentic me. And I think this format is at least a little bit more real, legit, and gives you the real info and example. So instead of teaching you by teaching you, I can teach you by trying to lead by example type thing. Yeah, let me know what you thought, or not. That's okay. If you want to watch more, you can click right here and watch another video. And if not, have a great day. Mocha just shoved her ball under the furniture, and now she's gonna whine because I have to go get it. Bye.